We are excited to be here today for our first ever virtual Proven Tutoring Fair. I'm Jen Krajewski, Director of Outreach and Engagement at Proven Tutoring. In case you're new to Proven Tutoring, we're a coalition of organizations that provide research-proven tutoring programs to support students across the country. We are here today to address a topic that weighs heavily on our minds: how to effectively address the needs of students, especially those who have been disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. We are aware of high impact tutoring's potential for improving student achievement, but not all tutoring is effective. In fact, research tells us that there is so much to get right in order for it to be effective. So today, we are going to focus on what we know works: road-tested, research-proven tutoring models. When a program has shown positive outcomes in rigorous studies, we can have confidence that the program's particular constellation of strategies is effective at increasing achievement. Using interventions with an evidence base provide the greatest promise of impact, which is critically important for addressing this educational crisis. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping notes. During the presentation, we encourage you to submit questions in the chat, and we will do our best to answer as many as we can. If we run out of time, we can discuss your questions in the main room during breakout sessions. If you're experiencing technical issues, please chat directly to tech support. In a little bit, we'll move into breakout rooms and you'll have the opportunity to interact directly with our coalition members about their programs and ask questions. You'll be able to visit up to 3 different programs, as we'll rotate breakout rooms 3 times. Right now, we're going to begin by seeing what we all know about tutoring using the poll feature on Zoom. Poll question number 1. In order for tutoring to be considered high dosage, how often should it be provided? A, as needed, B, once weekly, or C, 3 to 5 times per week? I'll give you a few seconds to respond, and then we'll check the correct answer. Okay, the correct answer is C. It looks like most of us, all of us got it, 3 to 5 times per week. Next is poll number 2. When is tutoring the most impactful? In the summer, during the school day, or after school? Have a few seconds to respond. Okay, it looks like the majority of us have it. It's during the school day. Choice B. Finally, the 3rd poll. True or false? A certified teacher is needed to ensure tutoring is effective. Is it A, or true or false? Give you a few seconds. Okay, good. All of us got it. It is false. And we will begin. Okay. We know that millions of students have fallen far behind due to the closure of their schools. The federal government is providing almost $200 billion to schools. The biggest bucket is ARP-ESSER. This funding is designed to support schools in safely reopening and addressing lost instructional time and inequities with evidence-based interventions. The funding comes at a critical time for our vulnerable student populations who have been disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. My colleague, Dr. Amanda Neitzel from the Center of Research and Reform in Education at Johns Hopkins University, is going to talk a little bit now about what we are learning about the needs of these students.
According to Amplify, there was a 65 to 68% increase in students in grades K and 1 at risk of reading failure. That means if you had 100 students previously who needed intervention to prevent reading difficulties, you can expect that number to jump to around 165 now. That's a substantial increase in the number of students who need effective intervention, such as tutoring provides. In that same study, researchers found that the percentage of Hispanic kindergartners well below benchmark increased from 34% to 59%. And Hispanic grade 1 students in the well below benchmark level increased from 30% to 49%. They also suggested that there are now twice as many Black kindergartners at risk of not learning to read. Additionally, there were also especially concerning impacts for students with disabilities. According to a study of schools in New York, students with disabilities had less access to in-person learning than students without disabilities. Given the pandemic's disproportionate impact on vulnerable populations, many of which have long performed below other students, it is critical that we address inequities with what we know works. So when we look at tutoring and its impacts are often reported as effect sizes. This is a standardized way to share impacts that are the same across outcomes, programs, and studies, so that we can compare across those things. These are ultimately measured as standard deviations. To try to put this in context, we've compared the impacts of our proven tutoring programs with other common educational interventions. Here you can see how our identified programs stack up against educational technology, after-school programs, and summer school programs. It highlights just how much bang for your buck you can get with these research-proven models. So there's a great deal of research to support tutoring as an evidence-based approach. However, not every tutoring model is successful. Reviews of studies of tutoring have identified a few common components of the most impactful models. First, teaching assistants can be just as effective as certified teachers. The most successful models are those using structured, proven approaches and curricula. One-to-one and small group methods can both be effective. Small group methods may have slightly smaller impacts, but can reach many more students. As everyone knows from our poll, that the most effective time to provide tutoring was during the school day in a high dosage format, which means 3 to 5 times a week. Finally, effective models utilize excellent training and ongoing coaching from the program developer. You might wonder, if these key features of successful tutoring are known, why can't a school or district just create their own model? First, knowing the best practices isn't enough. You have to know how to put them together in a replicable, scalable way, which our models can provide. Second, it takes time to develop, test, and tweak a model to get it just right. These proven models don't require that development stage, so they can start accelerating student learning today.
At the given moment, there are a lot of resources available on tutoring. Some provide guidance in growing your own programs or discuss best practices, while others provide tutor staffing solutions. In an effort to provide schools with tutoring options that have been proven through research to work, a new resource was launched this spring, ProvenTutoring. It is supported by the Center for Research and Reform in Education at Johns Hopkins University and the Success for All Foundation. ProvenTutoring is a coalition of 13 partners offering 18 research-proven models for reading and mathematics in K through 10th grade. What makes this resource unique is that all the programs are evidence-based as defined in 2015 ESSA law. This means they all possess evidence of effectiveness. ProvenTutoring exists to provide districts and schools with in-depth information and access to a broad range of proven tutoring options in reading and mathematics.
Thanks, Jen. So the first key point of all of these programs is that they're proven, they're evidence-based. Due to developments in educational research over the past 20 years, we now have a set of tutoring models that have been proven effective in high quality randomized experiments or quasi experiments and are offered to schools by nonprofit and for-profit organizations. These programs were vetted by the team at CRRE, including Robert Slavin, Nancy Madden, and myself. So I want to give you a quick overview of what I mean by evidence-based according to ESSA. The ESSA standards require at least one well-designed study and well-conducted study that's either randomized or a quasi-experiment, so matched, with significant positive outcomes on an impact that is educationally significant. So something that's important and relevant. That means that they're compared to a control group, they were well matched and similar at pre-test, and that their post-test was independent of program. However, this is not the only important point about all of our coalition members. Jen is going to talk about the next two.
Thanks, Amanda. In addition to evidence, proven tutoring providers and programs have to demonstrate a commitment to and a capacity for scaling up. This means they have to possess the ability to rapidly expand their partnerships with schools in an effort to serve as many students as possible with a proven intervention. Proven tutoring providers are also committed to ensuring their programs are implemented in the way they were researched. And this is important because it ensures that these road-tested models will possess all the characteristics you see on the screen when they are implemented. You can rest assured that the programs will be structured and that they're implemented with fidelity, that they possess a high dosage format. They each have high quality instructional materials that are designed for tutoring. They have established training and coaching models, and each of them possesses data management systems that provide accessible data to track student growth and evaluate program effectiveness. When looking for a proven tutoring intervention, it is important to explore two different types of models. Each model has benefits. Some tutoring interventions are designed to be implemented with existing school personnel. This means the tutoring provider trains and coaches teachers, interventionists, or paraprofessionals to implement the program. This model develops expertise of staff and allows school leaders to have oversight of tutors. The second model is one in which the tutoring provider hires and manages tutors. So the tutors are external staff. This model reduces the burden of oversight by school leaders and adds much needed human capital to the school. But keep in mind that with both models, districts and schools have a partner who is experienced working with school leadership and staff to implement an intervention that has been proven to work. As we mentioned, proven options are available to serve districts and schools now. We recommend identifying your match in the following way. First, consider your student data to define your needs. Think about which subjects and grade bands you or your district want to prioritize. Determine the type of intervention that is needed. Small group interventions, which typically include a number of students between 2 and 5, can be effective and serve more students. One-to-one is more intensive. When thinking about how many students can be served by a tutor, consider the number of daily tutoring sessions that each tutor can provide. If a tutor is part-time, for example, and can provide 3 daily sessions, they may be able to serve 6 to 15 students with a small group intervention per day. If a tutor is full-time and can provide 9 daily sessions, they can serve 18 to 45 students per day. With a one-to-one intervention, a tutor serves fewer students, but provides a more intensive intervention. Okay. In a few minutes, you can explore 3 of the 18 proven reading and math models in the Proven Tutoring Coalition. To help with your decision-making, I want to provide you with a brief overview. So we're going to start with reading. If elementary reading is a priority for your district, school, or students, consider whether you want a partner that provides external staff or works with your school personnel. 6 K-2 models provide external staff. They are enhanced core reading instruction, or ECRI, Experience Core, Reading Core, Future Forward, Literacy First at UT Austin, and Reading Rescue. Other proven tutoring models have been very effective supporting school personnel as tutors. Providers of these programs partner with the school to train and coach paraprofessionals and teachers to deliver the intervention. For example, Leveled Literacy Intervention just partnered with a West Coast district to train all teachers and assistants in the program. Targeted Reading Instruction has a proven track record of partnerships in rural communities and just partnered with the Maryland district. Linda Mood Bell and Tutoring with the Lightning Squad work closely with principals, teachers, and paraprofessionals at schools across the country to implement a proven tutoring model that includes job-embedded coaching. As we mentioned earlier, our proven programs are committed to partnering with districts to implement their program as it was researched. This means that characteristics like group size are baked into the model. 7 of our reading programs that you see here provide a small group intervention, and 7 of our models provide a one-to-one intervention. Proven Tutoring has several highly effective math models at the elementary and secondary levels that I want to briefly discuss before you choose your breakout rooms. Fuchs Tutoring trains school personnel to implement their highly structured math programs. They have 4 programs in Proven Tutoring that collectively serve 1st through 4th grades, including a program dedicated to fractions for 4th graders. Together, these programs offer small group and one-to-one interventions. All of these programs will be represented in a single Fuchs breakout room. Whole Number Foundations is another model that works with existing school personnel. WNF creates a continuum of small group support for kindergarten and 1st grade. It is specifically designed to meet the needs of at-risk students in early mathematics. The programs are available in English and Spanish. Our highly effective secondary programs provide AmeriCorps tutors that embed in the school. Math Core is a small group program for grades 4 through 8. It is designed for students who score below expectations on grade level skills. Saga Math is a small group intervention that serves 9th and 10th graders. The curriculum is modular, so it can parallel the scope and sequence of what is being taught in the classroom. So what are the next steps for implementing a proven model? Well, the first is to join our breakout sessions in a few minutes. Consider available funding and student data. Meet with providers of your choice that serve your priorities, subject and grade levels. You can also have a conversation with Amanda and myself in the main room. Following today's fair, we encourage you to visit ProvenTutoring.org to read detailed program descriptions, watch videos, and explore the research. Finally, we encourage you to partner directly with a selected provider. All of the providers in our coalition are independent. You can at any time contact providers directly through our website, and you are also always encouraged to reach out to our team through info@proventutoring.org or jkrajewski@proventutoring.org. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye.